My first Pokemon game was Pokemon Ruby. At the time, my mom had to read me most of the text in game, but what kid forgets their first legendary? Mine was, of course, Groudon, and I hope that today I can find him 22 years later. I really think those early Pokemon games were the most special. When the world was big and your imagination could fill in the gaps, those early catches really felt special. It's been almost 22 years now, but I have faith Groudon's in one of these games. But first, let's make a drink. My name is Lewis, and welcome to Retros and Espressos. Today, we're looking back through my catalog of main series Pokemon games on a quest to reconnect with some old friends. Alright, I do need to come clean right off the bat. Foolish past Lewis reset both my copies of Ruby and Sapphire for a clean run, so you can consider these games empty. In Ruby, I'm stuck in Granite Cave and Sapphire's still only a few hours in. At least in Sapphire I found a Swallow named Bird and a Wingull named Seagull. Very insightful naming convention I had back then. Anyway, I have a gut feeling I transferred off Groudon, so fingers crossed. Side note, the internal battery on both my copies of Ruby and Sapphire have run dry. It's a fix that requires a full wipe of the save file. We just need to replace this battery right here. But if that's a process you'd be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, moving on to Pokemon Diamond. At this point, I was old enough to have gaming be a social experience. Sneaking your DS on the playground, trading and finding secrets with friends, and there was always that kid with an action replay. Ugh, don't even get me started. Anyway, it looks like the last thing I was doing, however many years ago, was trading with someone. I have a hunch I was trading with myself, but it could have been a friend, who knows. We do have a PC right here, so let's see what we got. And yeah, as I suspected, our friends are in another castle. It's so nice getting to look back on this beautiful sprite work though, but Groudon's nowhere in sight. Pretty interesting. I started this adventure back in 2009. I've defeated every gym leader. I have 54 hours into this game. But where's all my Pokemon? I'm gonna guess that I was super adamant and that I transferred everything to a newer generation. That's gonna be my hope. We're gonna find out. But while we're here, I would like to take one more trip down memory lane while we're inside a Diamond. Man, I really miss this place. Anyways, odds are I probably moved all the Pokemon I really cared about over to the next step in this game, Pokemon Platinum. So, let's see if we can make any discoveries there. Moving on to Pokemon Platinum, this game was the game. An utterly mind-boggling experience for a middle schooler's mind. They took everything that was incredible about Diamond and added onto the story in a way that was so thrilling and kind of chilling. I mean, Giratina in the distortion world was terrifying for a little mind to comprehend. Firing up here, it looks like my hunch was correct. I think I was trading with myself here. Now the question is, am I returning from trading with Diamond or Heart Gold here? Let's take a look at our party first and see who we're working with. Nothing to write home about here, but I bet that's because they're all in my PC. They in fact were not inside of the PC. It won't hurt to scrub through the PC box real quick though. In the meantime, tell me in the comments below, what's your fondest Pokemon memory? Or a Pokemon you used to train that you'd love to see again? And of course, if you're enjoying the video, please like and subscribe. Now, let's move on to my personal favorite, Heart Gold. What a hype start screen. Alright. Y'all can't see it because it's on the bottom screen, but 133 hours on this game. First, let's take a look at our party. And, oh my gosh. There he is. I think that's him. This Kyogre doesn't seem to be from the Game Boy games, but... yeah, Groudon from Hoenn in 2009. This is undeniably the Groudon we've been searching for. And then I had a brilliant idea. And we all know that brilliant ideas start with adding batteries to your Pokewalker. If you're not familiar with this little device here, this is the Pokewalker. A pedometer made exclusively for Heart Gold and Soul Silver, used to help tie in the whole Pokemon walking with you means bonding with your Pokemon concept. Since it's been almost 15 years since we've seen each other, I figured Groudon and I could go for a walk. First though, I need to free this Dialga from his peripheral prison. Heaven only knows how long he's been trapped in this Pokewalker. And yeah. 23,000 watts and almost 500,000 steps. Who knows when all that happened. But before it's Groudon's turn, watch me struggle to realize that the IR sensor for the Pokewalker is in the game cartridge. And the cartridge is on the bottom of the new 3DS. Anyway, Dialga, you're free to go. It's Groudon's turn. And here we are queuing up our walk with Groudon. I have really fond memories of choosing my walking path here. As a kid, I remember all my friends running around the Pikachu path, foaming at the mouth for that Pikachu that knew fly, and I don't think I've seen one to this day. Let's try something with a bit of variety though. Because we're winners, we'll take a walk on Winner's Path today. Now, let's send Groudon to the Pokewalker. Not sure why I turned it upside down here, but Groudon is ready for his walk. Groudon and I had a great walk. We saw some ducklings and baby birds, fought some Pokemon together, and found some items with the built-in dowsing machine. Taking the Pokewalker out in 2024, after the rise of Pokemon Go, I see where Pogo has its foundation. But the simplicity of the Pokewalker is unmatched. To me, it's the perfect balance of rewarding, low profile, and just plain fun. Speaking of rewarding, this is sped up footage of me spending all my watts earned from walking with Groudon before sending Groudon back to Heart Gold. My heart just swells with nostalgia playing with this Poke Radar and dowsing machine. The device is so simple, the screen's a bit dim, but man, why don't we do things like this anymore? Seriously, the Pokewalker is definitely one of my favorite Pokemon peripherals. But enough of dreaming of the past. Rearview mirrors are just for glancing, right? Let's send Groudon home again. I totally forgot about the adventure summary. I'm sure all this stuff is very interesting, but let's just see what we found on our adventure. A level for Groudon, 3 Bronzor, and some berries. I'd call that productive. I'll end this video with sped up footage of me scouring through the rest of the handheld Pokemon games in hopes of finding some more old friends, but spoiler alert, it doesn't happen. But that's okay. Seeing Groudon again was an absolute treat. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Retros and Espressos. Bye for now.